Now, for Snake Tales, I can do one of them. I think I'll do one. Because it is interesting, like how it's formatted and what they do. But yeah, I'm definitely not doing all of them because they are crazy hard. So the idea behind Snake Tales is that lots of people complained about having to play as Raiden, so you don't actually get to play as Snake very much in the base game. So they made these, and they're basically fan fiction. They're like, no, really, that is the word for it. It's just fan fiction. They got another writer on the team to come up with a bunch of scenarios using the same characters, and they're all centered around Snake. He was in. Snake's underwater infiltration of Big Shell was complete. As he entered the elevator in the lower part of Strut A, he paused to reflect on his briefing with Campbell. 6 hours earlier, Big Shell had been taken over by a group of heavily armed extremists. The terrorists had kidnapped the president, who was visiting Big Shell on an inspection tour, and taken him hostage along with several employees of the facility. Now they were using the hostages to blackmail the government. The terrorist demands were a joke, a list of 20-odd trivialities, plus 30 billion in cash. Your mission objectives are as follows. Infiltrate the Big Shell, rescue the president and the other hostages. Secondly, neutralize the terrorists. You are authorized to use any means necessary to complete this objective. Your contact will be able to fill you in with more details later. Contact. One of President's Secret Service agents, a man by the name of Richard Ames, seems to have eluded the terrorists. The man triggered something in Snake's brain. He'd heard it before. Ames? Isn't he Nastasia's husband? Ex-husband, Campbell corrected him. He's also the one who requested our help in the first place. But whatever that means he was using to communicate with us has apparently been destroyed, and we can't get a hold of him anymore. You've got to get in touch with Ames directly and find out anything you can about the situation inside. His last transmission came from Strut F, and he should be hiding somewhere in that area. That's where you should head first. The elevator began to ascend. As Snake took off his diving gear, he went over Campbell's last directive one more time in his head. Ames was supposedly hiding from these terrorists. Even if Snake managed to get close to him, Ames wouldn't come out of hiding if Snake were being followed. Once he arrived at Strut F and started looking for Ames, he didn't have to be extra careful to avoid being detected by the enemy. Strut F was located northeast of Strut A. And so yeah, unlike in the main game where Snake is on the tanker, I think either all or most of Snake Tales are just win rate, they say, is on the Big Shell. So there's a guard here. He's going to step out in a second, I think. There he is. So just put him to sleep so I can grab this ration. Now, normally when you beat a Snake Tales when you play a Snake Tale the first time, you do not have access to the tranquilizer. You start off without it. In fact, every time you beat a Snake Tale, you get new equipment. And this matters because most of them have alternative endings, where depending on whether you kill a boss, for example, or you complete objectives in a certain order, you get a completely different ending. So this one, for example, you can like cut it short and like not do most of it. Just win. Now, I don't know if there's anything useful or important here, but let me just quickly check. Well, there's a ration there. Can I get that directly? No, I cannot. I'd have to do a lot of finagling. It might be worth it. There is a box. Ah, I forgot. This is a dead end, but you can go through here. There's a camera around here somewhere. I think it's up in the top left there. Oh shit, there's a guard. No, don't do that, because the camera will see him. Alright, this should hopefully take me straight to the box. Yes, it does. And the ration will be either underneath this red one or the blue one. There we go. Now, what box did I get? Box 3. Okay, that's not going to be of any use to me. There's a particular box we definitely want, because it'll get me access to a silencer. For the lethal weapon, which will be very useful for a certain area. There we go. So far, so good. Can you imagine doing this without the gun? Nope, nope. Just crouch down, stay quiet. Eventually, the ciphers will drop down below. Alright, this is going to be a little... Oh, fuck. Whew, that was a bit tight. Now, I have to be careful in this area, because if I knock out certain guards, they will... An alert will eventually be raised. Like that guy. Because he makes regular status reports.
Nothing here.
So they're going to show up pretty soon and wake him up. One bit of advice I've been given for these is just choke out people as much as possible. Just break their necks. It's clean. It doesn't waste ammo. And most of them do not report in, so you can get rid of them permanently. Okay, so this is the box we need. This is the item. This fucking thing, I wasted so much time trying to platform my way to get up to it. And it's not worth it. Yeah, there's a guard in there, but no items I need. Okay, somebody's close.
Nothing here.
There we go. So we found Ames. Snake addressed the man. You must be Ames. Ames nodded. And you must be Solid Snake. Learning to read Snake's shrug, Ames took that as a yes. I knew they'd send you. After all, I asked for the best man they had. That was quite an impressive job you pulled in that tanker a few years ago. You mean slaughtering those terrorists to the last man? He felt the painful memories resurfacing in his mind. Scores of fresh young soldiers lying dead in heaps on the deck. The acrid smell of blood permeating every corner of the ship. But you managed to get all the hostages out safely, didn't you? Asked Ames. Snake had heard these words countless times. They never helped ease the pain. They never would. Snake did not feel like explaining that. Where's the president? He asked, getting to the point. Ames looked away. I don't know. What about the other hostages? I'm not sure. Yeah, it's complete fanfiction. It's doesn't line up with the rest of it at all. Like, just the fact that you're working for Campbell, for one thing. Are you telling me you don't know anything? I've seen the leader of these terrorists. Who? Who is it? Fat man. Snake searched his memory. It didn't take long for him to trace the name. Batman, a disgraced former Navy SEAL turned mad bomber. Self-styled Emperor of Explosives, a man with no philosophy or creed. A hardened criminal who'd sell himself to anyone for the right price. But hadn't he been arrested 3 years earlier, for that church bombing incident? He was acquitted, Ames spat in disgust, as if anticipating Snake's question. Even though more than 30 people died in the blast? The jury found him not guilty. They said there was still a reasonable doubt as to whether he had done it or not. Batman's got a lot of rich and powerful friends who can afford to hire the best defense lawyers in the business. He bought his freedom, the same blood money he made from killing those innocent people. Ames' mouth twitched. Maybe he was going to grin. If he was judged correctly, this would not have happened. In other words, the jury's mistake is about to kill us and their president. Ames turned around towards Snake. Snake, rescue the president. I know Fat Man was at the heliport. He's probably still giving orders there now. Heliport, on the roof of Strati, right? Snake nodded and got up to leave. Ames stopped him. Don't waste your time trying to take him alive. He's got too many tricks up his sleeve, and the president's life is still in danger. Ames took out his USP and looked Snake straight in the eye. Promise me you will kill him. He handed the USB to Snake, then he produced a few more objects from his jacket. Here, you better take this along with you too. I picked them up on my way here. They should come in handy when you're dealing with Fat Man. Coolant spray, the bomb detecting sensor A, and a level 1 security card. Snake took the items and added them to his equipment. Alright, leave the rest to me. I'm counting on you. I think I'll just stay here for a while. Sounds like a good plan to me. Snake left the room. He heard a click as the door locked behind him. True to his word, Ames was planning to hole up in that room. The codec sounded. It was Campbell. Snake, we found out where the hostages are being held. How? By email. Someone in there is using their cell phone to send messages to the government. Secret Service agent named Jennifer. Where are the hostages? She says they're in the Shell 1 core on level B1. Found out where the terrorist leader is too. What are my priorities here? The leader or the hostages? I'll leave that up to you, Snake. Good luck. So, this is an example of what I mean, where you can immediately go and fight Fat Man, and that counts as an ending. It will just end. But the hostages will die. They will get blown up by the explosive he planted. So if you want the good ending, you need to take extra steps and go save them first. So we're just going to slip under here. What's in here? I don't remember what this is. Chaff grenades. That is crucial. We need that for the next area. It's unbelievably fucking crucial. The next area is absolute hell without using a chaff grenade.
Nothing here.
Alright, so this is the guy who reports in, so I'm going to quickly hide his body. Still one of the strangest, like... I'm glad in 3 they replaced it, and you just, like, grab them and slit their throat with a knife. Because that's always been super silly. Alright, is there anything in here? Stone grenades. Alright, so here's where we need the chaff grenade, because there is ciphers everywhere. You don't want to waste time on these guys, you want to just fucking run for it. So, I'm supposed to go to the B1 core, which I am going to do. But first, I'm going to secure something for myself.
Nothing here.
Fuck! Shit. Use the box. Yes, box 4. This is not going to work. Or, actually, no, it worked. That is surprising. I always forget about that fucking camera. It spots me every goddamn time. But, yeah. Fucking clutch that one. So what this does is it's going to take us... Oh, hey, look. There's a Russian there. This is going to take us back to strut F. And it's going to put us on top of the boxes where that suppressor is. All this just because Snake can't, like, stand on his tippy toes.
What's that?
Nothing. Oh, they're on alert in here, too. But they can't reach me, so they can't do shit about it. Okay, let's quickly equip the suppressor. I'll let the alert run out so that I have an easier time getting out of this building. I guess while I'm here, I should actually grab more chaff grenades so that I can stock up on them. Yeah, I'm leaving here to cut off them trying to call in reinforcements. And then I'm going to come straight back in, and I'm going to go to that room that has the chaff grenades. While I'm here, so that I don't accidentally fucking blow myself up. There we go. Ah, oh, fuck, it doesn't respawn. That's a problem. Well, that's fine, because, like, even worst case scenario, I do have one more chaff grenade, but worst case scenario, I can shoot the ciphers now. Hopefully I can get at least one extra chaff grenade inside the B1 core for the return trip. Because this, the floor breaks underneath you, which means getting back over this bridge is going to be much slower. Alright, so, reason why you want a suppressed USP is because there's a guard right around the corner behind me, and he never moves, he just sits there. So, it's easier to go this way. And I want to work my way around to the room he's guarding, because that's where I'll get the directional microphone, which I'm going to need. Hopefully I can get some more ammo for that soon. Well, there's some USP ammo at least. So, I don't know if I mentioned this before, but you may have noticed there is no radar. That's part of what makes Snake Tales so brutal. You take a lot of damage, enemies are extremely aggressive, and you have no radar for the entire thing. So I am relying entirely on the AP sensor, which has given me like a subtle vibration in the controller, depending on how close I am to the enemies. Alright, that's... Oh, that's the wrong button. Yeah, there's a guy right through here. It's kind of ironic that I'm being so, like, abundantly lethal to the enemies, because it's like, man, fuck these guys, they're such a problem. But I am gonna spare Fat Man, the Mad Bomber. I'm gonna go for the non-lethal ending with him. Yeah, we'll go to B1 first, because Jennifer will tell us about a bomb that's on B2, so we can do that second. There is... Hold on. I want to get a good angle for this. Because there's a guy going to come this way. And I want to knock him out as soon as possible. There's 2 enemies there, but hopefully I can just leave them alone. And any trap grenades, please give me... Okay. Yes. How many? How many do I get? Oh, alright, I'm set. I'm not even going to need 4 for the rest of this. Alright, Snake entered the assembly hall. There were the hostages. More than 20 of them by the looks of it. Terrorist guards patrolled the area, checking in every so often by radio. They got even a whiff of anything suspicious, the whole area would be flooded with reinforcements in no time. Once that happened, there'd be nowhere for Snake to run. Snake would somehow have to get in touch with Jennifer without being detected. There was, however, another problem. How to tell which hostage was Jennifer? Snake called Campbell on the codec. Can you tell me if Jennifer has any distinguishing features? Sorry, I'm afraid I can't help you there. Why not? Jennifer is apparently sending us email with her hands tied behind her back. You wouldn't be able to tell which one is her, even if we sent her mail from here. Snake clicked his tongue in frustration. Campbell thought for a minute. I've got it. If you can hear the sound of someone punching the keys on a cell phone, that person must be Jennifer. Listen for that sound. Sound of keys on a cell phone. Snake, use the directional microphone, Campbell continued. Jennifer is using her cell phone to send us email. If you hear the sound... Then turn to the hostage, press the action button. Yeah. What if I'm wrong? The enemy might hear the noise and come to investigate. Don't talk to just anyone. Press the action button when you're absolutely sure it's Jennifer. So, there is one guard in here, and you might think, oh, you know what? I'll just knock him out. Easy, right? That just removes the complication. You do not have the benefit of the disguise like Raiden does. But there is a reason why that will not work. And the reason is this guy snores. He snores really fucking loudly. So you can't actually hear her cell phone over the fucking sound of his snoring. Also, her position is randomized. She's not where she was last time. I know what character model it is. It's this woman.
You're Jennifer, right?
Yeah, she won't talk to you because the guard's currently knocked out. He's got to be awake.
You're Jennifer, right?
So I'm marking these. So 1, 2, 3. So I'm gonna wake him up using the coolant spray.
You're Jennifer, right?
My name's Cindy.
You're Jennifer, right?
There you go. Luckily, he takes a minute to come out of his grogginess, so you can still exploit that to talk to the hostages. I didn't even listen for the sound, like, fuck that shit. Process of elimination is just way easier. Jennifer looked as if she was about to say something. Snake swiftly reached out and covered her mouth. Keep your voice down, they'll hear us. Snake removed the blindfold, keeping an eye out for approaching guards. Upon seeing Snake's face, Jennifer's clear brown eyes glowed with joy. But now is not the time to grant her a wish. Snake said to her, I don't mean to disappoint you, but my first priority is to rescue the president. You'll just have to be patient until I get him to a safe place. Jennifer's shoulders sagged. First, though, I need you to tell me everything you know. If you understand me, nod your head. Jennifer nodded. What's going on here? Well, when they tied me up and dumped me here on the floor, I thought I'd never get out alive. And this guy came to rescue me. But he turned out to be a cold-blooded jerk, and now I'm really mad. Snake was at a loss for words. That's not... I'm just kidding. You're looking for the president, right? He's already gone, said Jennifer, almost casually. There it is. I lost my place there. She continued while enjoying Snake's puzzled look. He escaped through the bottom of one of the struts. He should be on a boat back to Manhattan right about now. One of my fellow agents managed to sneak him out as we were being attacked. Are you sure? Yes, pretty sure, aren't I? Pretty good, aren't I? Jennifer beamed with pride. Too bad we got caught before we could send him off. So that's that. Well, maybe it's about time for you to save me. If the president had already escaped safely, saving the hostages was the new mission. Okay, I've got to take care of that guard first. As Snake rose, Jennifer stopped him. That's not a good idea. Why not? They've supposedly set a bomb in here. They said they'd set it off if we tried to escape. Snake made a small grunt. That wasn't going to be easy. Do you know where it's planted? As far as I've been able to tell, it should be somewhere here in the Shell 1 core. Alright, I'll get to that first. Just then, he overheard one of the guards talking to his comrades on the radio. It sounded like they were going to tighten security in the hostage room. He'd have to get out fast. The terrorists don't seem to have any intention of harming the hostages, but now at least, sit tight and pretend to be captured for a while longer. Sure, I've got a level 2 security card hidden in my jacket. Go ahead and take it. Snake felt through the jacket for the card as Jennifer let out a squeal. Of course. Of course, of fucking course. Hey, watch your hand, mister. That's it, just a little lower there. There it is. Snake retrieved the level 2 card. Jennifer looked into his eyes. Pray back, okay? Don't worry, I will. Snake put the blindfold back on around Jennifer's eyes and then made his way to the assembly hall. Out of the assembly hall. Alright. Now we need to head to the next floor down and defuse the bomb that's in the computer room where the parrot is. This is slightly trickier, just because there's a bunch of guards, but the M9 helps a lot for that. I've only got 9 shots with it, but that's plenty. I'll wait till he turns around and I'll put him to sleep. Alright, there's 2 of them. Okay, I know another guard. I think another guard spotted it.
Enemy in the area. Increase security level.
Fuck.
Understood. Reinforcements are on their way to the front of the elevator on B2 of the Shell 1 core. Intensify the level of security.
Well, this didn't work out. There must have been a guard at the opposite side who saw him get knocked out. Should have waited until he came back my way. I've never done that before. Tippy toe inside the locker. Because he keeps his view on the grate, so like it's kind of like tilts. Looks a little strange.
Attack team, come back at once. Guard team, stay alert.
Alright, they're leaving. Where are they? Alright, I see one guy. No worries, Dash. Because there's a guy who's going to come down this corridor where I am, and I need to know where he is. There he is. I'll let him go back the other way. And then I'll pop out.
Huh?
Shit. Oh, down to one more shot. This is not good. In fact, I'm just gonna chokehold this guy. Shit. Ooh. Alright, the bomb's right here. I can just defuse it and forget about that guy at the top. Don't think there's anything in that room behind him. Let me crouch and find. Yeah, there's nothing. So let's check these lockers in case they've got anything useful. I can already see a book. Alright, bombs dealt with. Hostages are going to be fine. Now we just have to deal with Fat Man. And hopefully get some fucking ammo for this thing. Jesus. There'll definitely be some in the boss fight, but like, until I reach it, that's going to be an issue. Snake called Campbell by codec and reported that the president had already escaped and that he neutralized the bombs with the coolant spray. Good work, said Campbell. Now it's time to take out Fat Man. I don't think even you could get all those hostages out at once. You'll have to take care of the terrorists first. Snake nodded. He was worried about Jennifer and the others, but he had to agree with Campbell's assessment. According to Ames, Fat Man should be at the heliport. That's on the roof of Strut E. Snake, head for the heliport and take him out. Is the cameras? Yeah, the cameras are still destroyed. I'll need a chaff for this next room. Don't even risk stepping out because they spot you like practically instantly. Alright. Now comes the tricky part, is do not fucking fall to your death. The radar jamming is going to last just long enough that I can get across this whole bridge. Nope. Fuck. Shit. Should have seen that coming. Alright, that's fine. Go over here. Box. Just fucking sit tight.
Returning your positions. Increase security. Understood. Dispatching reinforcements.
If they bump into my box, they will investigate it. So I'm lucky I'm just tightly packed into the corner like this.
Nothing here.
Yeah, I just have to be patient. Another like 15 seconds or so. Oh. Fighting these guys, I can tell you, not worth it in the slightest. They make mincemeat of you in open combat. Especially because so many of them have shields when it's during a high alert. So like they're blocking all your fire and you're trying to aim for headshots, and then others are stun locking you with their guns.
Attack team, come back at once. Guard team, stay alert.
Okay.
Nothing here.
There's one guy there. I think there's another. There's a camera. I should take that out.
Who's there?
All right. Well, while he's going that way, I'm gonna go down this way, just to avoid him. Can't get in there unless you use the cardboard box. Would it be worth it? Nah, 2 rations is enough for Fat Man. I wonder if magazines work on Fat Man. I've never tried before. That was a bit... I need to move because they will notice they're dead.
What's that?
Welcome back, Dash.
Now.
We're just about to fight Fat Man. We've saved the hostages. I've stocked up. I didn't get the ration that's in the inaccessible room that you need box 5 for, but I don't need it. I'll be fine with just 2. The only thing to worry about with Fat Man's boss fight is just running out of time on his bombs if you get distracted. A huge shadow appeared from behind the crate. Ah, you get it? Because he's huge. Fat Man. Ames has been right. Ames had been right. Fat Man turned to face Snake and shouted, "Where is the president? You already know." Oh, wait, sorry. Fat Man said that. I got confused. "You'll never find him," answered Snake. "I don't believe you. You're lying. You go ahead and believe what you want." Fat Man thrust out his right hand to reveal a small object with a switch. "This is the remote triggering device for a bomb. Hand over the president or the hostages die." "It's no use, Fat Man," Snake replied coolly. Fat Man pushed the switch. Nothing happened. He pushed it several more times. Still nothing happened. Do you believe me now?" asked Snake. Fat Man tossed the switch aside and stamped his feet in anger. "That bastard Ames. I paid him good money, and he can't even manage to keep an eye on one old man. I never should have agreed to work with that amateur in the first place." Snake. He turns his back to face Snake, the color rising to his cheeks. "Looks like our little plan has failed. I'm getting out of here with the good while the game's good. First, I'll take care of you." Fat Man's skate sprang into motion. Alright, so this is much like the boss rush. Just immediately start with this. Yeah, he likes to bump into you and do a bit of damage, but it's no big deal. Yeah, you can get in 2 shots when he's on the ground. He does have momentary invincibility, so it's not worth trying to spam it. Oh fuck, where's the bomb? Okay, I see it.
Moron!
Where is he? There we go. As soon as the stars appear, you can go for the second shot. Oh, that was silly. There's a sound effect for like shooting his collar instead of his head. Fat Man fell to the ground with a sickening thud. A pool of blood began to spread under his grotesque body. Oh shit. I said I was going for the non-lethal, didn't I? Whoops. I just completely forgot which gun I had equipped. Whoops. The so-called Emperor of Explosives had finally met his match. Snake called Campbell by codec and told him what had happened. Campbell reported that the president was safe in the custody of the Coast Guard. Moreover, the SEALs had entered the facility while Snake was fighting Fat Man and were in the process of cleaning up the last remaining terrorists. Yet something about the whole situation seemed odd to Snake. Fat Man said that Ames was the one who had captured the president. I don't think he was lying, but if Ames was involved, then why did he ask for my help? Suddenly Snake heard a woman's voice. It was Jennifer. The SEALs had rescued her, as she said. The other hostages were safe as well. She was disappointed that Snake didn't come to rescue her personally. She asked him if he was happy now that the mission was over. Yeah, but something's bothering me. Snake responded, something just doesn't seem right. What doesn't seem right? Fat Man said that Ames was in league with the terrorists, but he... Jennifer's eyes widened. That's impossible. Richard's the one who helped the president escape. What are you talking about? Something about this didn't add up. Fat Man seemed to be telling the truth, but it was also true that Ames had cooperated with Snake. Now Jennifer was saying that Ames had helped the president escape. Even if Fat Man was lying and Jennifer was telling the truth, why would Ames neglect to mention he'd already rescued the president? Snake pondered this riddle in silence. Jennifer seemed to take offense at this. I don't know what you're thinking, but I can assure you that Richard is one of our finest agents. There's no way he could be working with the terrorists. And why is that? Because he lost his sister in a terrorist bombing attack 3 years ago. A chill ran down Snake's spine. The words came together in a rush. 3 years ago, terrorist bombing, sister. Church, Fat Man. Snake suddenly recalled Ames' strange behavior. The way he spat as he said that Fat Man had been acquitted. His passionate conviction that the jury did not bring justice. The look in his eye as he gave Snake his gun and said, promise me you'll kill him. The pieces were all falling into place now. Fat Man had killed Ames' sister and had gotten off scot-free. Ames promised revenge. He plotted his revenge. He approached the extremist group and proposed kidnapping the president. He hired Fat Man to help carry out the job. He led the terrorists, he helped the president escape, but didn't bother to contact the authorities. Finally, he called and asked for Solid Snake, the notorious terrorist killer, to intervene personally. Big Shell was the execution ground. The president was the bait to lure Fat Man to his doom, and Snake himself was the executioner. Where is Ames? Have you seen him? Jennifer looked startled by Snake's sudden attitude. He's probably still hiding somewhere. He's actually pretty timid, you know, but I'm sure he'll come out once he hears the terrorists have all been captured. Snake knew that Ames wasn't coming out. Later, they conducted a search for Ames, but there was no trace of him anywhere, let alone the Big Shell. He was gone. It is, yeah. So if I had knocked Fat Man out, Ames would have showed up, and he would have been like, you should have killed him, and he'll try to execute Fat Man himself. But Jennifer stops him, and then Snake ends up getting into a brief fight with him. It's all in text, though. And he ends up knocking Ames out and handing him over to the police. So yeah, there's like 3 or 4 endings for this one little thing. And because they don't have to make cutscenes for them, they can just write whatever they want and have multiple possibilities. Unfortunately, I cannot skip the goddamn credits. So I'll just have to let those play out. But yeah, Snake Tales are really fun. I do want to do them all myself. I don't think I will be streaming them though. They are... I tried one of the others, which is crazy. It involves you like looking for a cryptid and like taking photos of like a monster around the big shell, and it's a giant 50-foot tall Galugovich soldier swimming through the waters like a dolphin and like rising up like Godzilla. It's silly, but I couldn't beat it. Legitimately, I got stuck on its boss fight because it's really fucking hard. But yeah, I'll do those on my own time. We are going to move over to VR missions.